The night I called my wife and heard another man's laughter in the background, something inside me went completely still. It wasn't rage or heartbreak, just a deep, numbing quiet. That heavy silence that arrives when your mind stops arguing with what your heart already knows. Her name was Emily. We'd been married 5 years, long enough to build a home, short enough to still pretend it wasn't falling apart. Lately, she'd been slipping away. Late nights at work. Her phone always face down. Smiles that never touched her eyes. I kept telling myself she was tired, overwhelmed, maybe just burned out. But that night, the truth answered before she did. It was a Friday. I had stayed behind at the shop, sorting out a delivery mix-up. I missed her, so I called, simple as that. The line clicked, and her voice came through, soft but distracted. "Hey, I'm with friends. Can I call you later?" Then I heard it, a man's laugh. Low, easy, familiar. The kind of laugh that doesn't belong to strangers. "Who's that?" I asked quietly. She hesitated. Then a shuffle. Her breath hitched. "Just someone from work," she said too quickly. "Don't start." "Okay," I said. My voice stayed calm. I just listened as the quiet between us grew heavy, thicker than any lie she'd ever told. She hung up soon after, promising to call me back. She didn't. That night, I sat alone at the kitchen table, the phone still in my hand. The clock ticked loud in the empty room. I thought about every sign I'd brushed aside, her secret smiles, her sudden distance, the way she turned away when I reached for her. Love doesn't die all at once. It fades, quietly, like daylight slipping into dusk. I just hadn't noticed how dark it had already become. When she came home later, I didn't ask a thing. She kissed my cheek, smelling faintly of another man's cologne, and headed straight to the shower. I watched her walk away, wondering how long she'd been living 2 lives while I clung to one. The next morning, she acted like nothing had happened, humming while she made coffee, scrolling her phone, smiling at something she didn't want me to see. That's when it hit me. She wasn't hiding guilt. She was comfortable. Too comfortable. That night, I finally asked. My voice was quiet. She looked up, startled, then shrugged. "Just drinks after work. You know how it is." "Yeah," I said. "I heard." Her hands froze midday, a mug suspended. For an instant, her mask slipped. Then came the act, forced laughter, brittle and bright. "He's just a friend, Jake. You're overthinking again." Overthinking. That word felt poisonous, every cheater's favorite shield. I didn't argue. I just nodded, kissed her forehead, and left for work. Only I didn't go to the shop. I drove to her office and parked across the street. Watched. Hours passed. Around noon, she came out, smiling, with the same man from her social media, the one she always called just a coworker. They laughed, brushed hands, leaned close. I gripped the steering wheel, staring at the woman I thought I knew. By evening, I had made my decision. No confrontation, no revenge, just truth. Truth doesn't shout. It waits, steady and silent, until it's seen. When I came home, she was already there, hair damp, wearing one of my shirts like nothing was wrong. "Hey," she said, smiling. "You're home early." "Yeah," I replied evenly. "Thought we should talk." Her smile faltered. "About what?" "About how it feels to laugh beside another man while your husband's voice is still on the line." Her face drained of color. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. For the first time in months, the silence was mine. "I called you last night," I said. He sounded happy. "You did too." Tears welled in her eyes, but I didn't believe them. I'd learned the difference between guilt and being caught. "It's not what you think," she whispered. "Emily," I said quietly, "it's exactly what I think." That night, she slept on the far edge of the bed, restless, wordless. I stayed at the ceiling, feeling the distance stretch wider than the mattress between us. There was nothing left to fix, only a truth waiting to be faced. At dawn, I dressed, packed a small bag, and left. No note, no message, just the road. That kind of numbness that comes after pain has burned too long and finally turned cold. By noon, I found myself parked outside the same restaurant I'd seen her at the day before. I waited. She arrived, same dress, same perfume, same smile that used to belong to me. The man met her at the door, leaned in close, said something that made her laugh, the same laugh that had destroyed everything. This time, she didn't know I was there. I stepped out of the car and walked toward them. The sound of my footsteps made her turn. Her smile vanished. "Jake," she breathed. "What are you doing here?" "Just watching," I said softly. "Like you said, I overthink. Thought I'd see for myself." The man shifted awkwardly, muttered something, and stepped aside. Emily's hands trembled. "It's not what it looks like," she started again, her voice breaking. "It's exactly what it looks like," I said. "Only this time, you don't get to lie about it." I didn't yell. I didn't make a scene. I just handed her the house keys. "You can stay with him now," I said, and turned away. The next day, she came to the shop. Makeup smeared, eyes red, no laughter left. "Jake, please," she said. "It was a mistake. I didn't mean for it to go this far." I looked at her and realized I felt no anger, just relief. The kind that comes when you finally release someone who let go long before you did. "You should have thought of that before you laughed," I said quietly. She broke down. I walked away. Sometimes, the cruelest revenge isn't rage, it's indifference. And that day, no one was laughing.